Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for being here. If you are a newcomer or a first timer to the channel, then welcome to you guys as well. We are about to change the way that you guys trade in the stock market. This is our watch list for Wednesday, November 9th. I send these videos out for you guys for free every single day. So if you're here, you were brought here for a reason. We're going to make you more profitable. We're going to make you more consistent. But you need to put in the time and effort for sure in order for that to be applied. You can't just watch a video here or there and think you have it all. You need to be able to put in the time, put in the effort, and really get a grasp of how to trade this. It is the easiest strategy that you will learn, but you need to really apply yourself within the strategy to come out on top with this strategy, and I know you guys will get there. I'm on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can also find me in my Discord. That link is in the description below, and everything that I offer you guys for free or fee-based is in that Discord. I do one-on-ones. I've got a group membership where there's a 1-hour strat course. One-on-ones are included in that, and a whole bunch of other stuff, live trading bots, and the Griswold trading indicator for TradingView. Speaking of TradingView, this is what you see on your screen right now. And if you're looking for a platform like this, this is how I chart all of my trades, how I put my triggers on, my targets on, how I track all of my trades. If you're looking for something like this, there's a link in the description below. That link will give you a free 30-day trial to TradingView. No obligations, free for 30 days to their subscription-based services. So go try that out. And then if you decide to use their subscription-based services, again, you get up to $30 off, but you need to start by clicking on that link in the description below. The last thing I want to go over, guys, are the ads. And I want to thank you guys and tell you guys that I appreciate it very much that you watch those ads and let those ads roll through, because those ads pay for this stuff to be free. So those advertisers are paying for my time to put these videos out, and they're also paying for you guys to learn this stuff. So thank you to the advertisers, and thank you guys for letting those ads roll through. Again, I appreciate it very, very much. And also a thank you to anybody who's made donations through PayPal or through the super thanks down below, the little heart with the $sign. I thank you guys in advance, and for anybody who's done it already, thank you guys. Let's get started on this watch list. It's coming out late. I did have a bunch of stuff going on. I got a bunch of stuff going on again tomorrow. But I want to try and get some trades in because I haven't really traded at all this week, and I need to make some money. So let's look at Apple. Apple had a 2-up today that finished red. We actually gapped up off of this inside bar. So if you would have played this off of a 15-minute, you probably would have done really well on it. I'm not going to go look, but you can go look. And when we gap up like this, guys, I have setups on how to play those gaps. I have about 3 or 4 videos. So go check out that gap playlist. It'll be at the end of this video in the top right-hand corner. It'll show you exactly how to play the gaps. So what kind of setup we have right now is a 1-2-2 rev strat, which is an inside bar. You notice it's painted yellow. That's part of my indicator. A 1, 2 up, 2 down reversal is what we're looking for. So we have this 2 up, a 2 candle. It's a directional candle. Only went to the high side, but it finished red. So we are looking for a 2 down on Wednesday. So we had a 2 up, finished red. That gives me a high probability that we're going to trend down. We can look for puts on this at 137.49. The dollar values are here as I call them out. And then the first targets are marked out here in the green. And then this purple line represents the quarterly. We are 2 down on the quarterly already, I believe. If I go to the 3-month chart, the 3-month chart will tell me that I am 2 down on that 3-month chart. The week, we are still trading inside week. I know that because of this yellow circle around my Griswold Strat indicator, my time frame continuity indicator. That yellow circle is telling me we're a current inside bar. So again, puts on Apple. Now guys, I like spreads between the bid and the ask to be super tight within pennies. If I'm taking a put option trade on this at 137.49 trigger. My strike is going to be 137, and I'm taking closest expiry, which will be on Friday. Okay, if you have questions on that, make sure you're commenting down below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, click that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting that bell. That bell gives you the notifications for when I send out the videos just like this one, including the learning tools. I've got 300 plus learning tools to help you guys out. And again, at the end of this video in the bottom right, I will have a video playlist there for you guys on how to basically trade the Strat in multiple different ways and the multiple different facets of the Strat. So as we move on to BIDU here, BIDU had a 2 down finish green, opposite of what we just looked at. So when we have those 2 downs and they finish green, probability of it going back up is higher. So again, we'll look for calls at 86.12 and good magnitude, good profit target to the upside. And I guess let's talk real quick here. I had somebody ask how I set my levels. So basically how I set my triggers is according to the Strat setups that I see on my screens, and the targets basically just go to the highs of the preceding wicks, and I'll go through those as we go through more plays here, but that was BIDU. So if we go on to Chewy, CHWY, Chewy had a 2 up red. So again, when we have a 1 and then a 2 up with a red, we look for a 2 down, and that gives us what's called a 122 rev Strat. So again, this inside bar hammer candle on Chewy would have been on our list. We triggered it, and we made some good profits on it. But Chewy, we're going to look for this to go 2 down. First, our trigger at 34.05, and the first target is just the bottom of the preceding wick, then the bottom of the next preceding wick, then the bottom of the next preceding wick. And that's how we set our targets, or we set our levels. So puts at 34.05, and the targets are marked out for us. Or I have marked out the targets for you. You can mark them out on your chart as well. CRM. Okay, so we did have a 2 up finish green. Okay, but it finished as a shooter candle. So when we have something like that, a shooter candle is an actionable signal, and we would prefer it to be red because it gives us a higher probability of that trade working out. But it's green. Okay, so a shooter candle basically, or an inverse hammer, is just this big block here with a long wick to the top. And a hammer candle is just the opposite, with the body at the top and the wick at the bottom. So the shooter is an actionable signal. We're going to look for the break to the downside, a 122 rev Strat again. We're going to look for puts at 145.08 and first targets, good ones, at 138.77. And this week is going to be really interesting, guys, because we have the election voting and the CPI on Thursday morning. I think it comes out at 8:30 Eastern, if I believe. So we'll see how that plays out. CRM we just went through. So let's look at DocuSign. DocuSign has a 2 up that finished red. So again, when we have those 2 up reds, we're going to look for puts. We've got great time frame continuity to the downside. If we hit targets, sorry, let me look at this. So if we trigger, we're going to have full time frame continuity to the downside on DocuSign. So I'll just move this up real quick. Where this green line you see is I'm moving this green line. As soon as we break through that gives us a 2 down on the week, I believe. Let's go to the weekly and see. Inside bar 39.63 gives us the 2 down, but we will be red on the week as soon as we break that plane. So we are basically right there at 41.18. We're right on the cusp. So if we trigger this, we're going to have full time frame continuity to the downside, and that's what I mean by full continuity. Everything will be red pointing down. That means we have sellers right across the board on the yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly. So we can look for puts at $40.56. So we move on to American Airlines, ticker symbol AAL, 2 up red. So we can look for puts on this as well. Great time frame to the downside. 14.08 is our trigger. Strike price you can take at 14, and first target is 13.86. AMD has a 2 up red. So again, we can look for puts on AMD. If we trigger it, we'll have full time frame outside of that monthly, and we can look for puts with a trigger at 62.37. So this is how we play this, guys. If we trigger on this, let me go check this monthly here. This monthly is currently sitting inside bar. Okay, so we're still good there. I lost my train of thought. Anyways, 2 up red on AMD. We can look for put at 62.37. First target at 61. I know what I was going to say. First target at 61.40. We can look for this to trigger on a smaller time frame. Like if realistically, if we hop down to the 5-minute chart or whatever, this yellow line still exists from the daily. So we can watch it from the 15. We can watch it from the 5. We can look for a strat setup on a smaller time frame moving into this if you like. A lot of people ask me that, and a lot of times I just tell them I wait for it to trigger on the daily and then I hop down to a smaller time frame to manage it. Now you can do that on the 5, the 15, the 30, the hourly, whichever you prefer, whichever your risk management, however you want to manage your risk. So the lower you go, the less risk you're going to have on the trade. The higher time frame you go, the more risk you're going to have, but possible more reward as well, just because your stops are set in different spots, depending on which smaller time frame you're managing that trade off of. Okay, so AMD, we can look for puts there. Amazon has a 2 down that finished red. I'm going to look for a continuation here, and I don't put these on here very often, but what we've got here, guys, is, let me move this. Actually, we'll do this, and I'll put in one more right there and make it green for our first target. So what we have here is a downtrend and a little bit of consolidation in here, but we have full time frame continuity to the downside. So I am going to look for this to continue to trend lower on Amazon with a trigger at 88.23 and targets marked out for you guys accordingly. We'll move on to CVX. CVX has an inside bar, it looks like. So inside bars, guys, and it's hard to tell because it's a doji, but this is painted yellow. So my indicator does that for you guys. It paints those inside bars yellow, so they're super easy to see. And if you're new, basically an inside bar does not break the high, or it does not break the low of the previous candle. It stays within the range. It's a tightening range, and it acts almost as a spring. And so when you compact a spring like in a jack-in-the-box and let it go, that you expect that thing to jump to one direction or the other. And that's what we look for with the inside bars. And we can go back in time just to take a peek at what that looks like. Here was an inside bar here, double inside bar, but we triggered and we hit targets. Here was another one. We opened, we triggered, and we hit a whole bunch of targets. So I always tell people to play inside bars because they're the easiest to spot. They're the easiest to play. And let me tell you this as well, guys. This is not so much about an inside bar, but we'll talk about this as calls at 186.25, puts at 183.86. If you're struggling with the setups off of these day trades, if you're having problems with them, if you can't catch them in time, if they seem to be reversing against you, try intraday trading. Okay, try looking for those inside bar setups. And when you're part of the gold membership, the live trading bots give you those inside bar setups live. So on SPY, on QQQ, on DIA, on Tesla, on Disney, on NEO, CCL, it gives you those setups for you guys. So you don't have to go searching for them. And it gives it to you on different time frames, the 5, the 15, the 30, and the hourly. It gives you inside bar setups and 3-1 setups. So you guys don't have to try and look for them all day. They come directly to you guys. So you can buy that as a separate package as well, but that's maybe what you need to look for if the day trades aren't working for you guys or the day triggers are not working for you guys, okay? Let's move on to Google. Google 2 up red, so we'll look for puts on Google at 87.65. JP Morgan with a 2 down that finished green. So we're going to look for a trend to the upside. Time frame continuity on our side. Calls at 132.06. Nike has an inside bar. So again, we just talked about the inside bar. There's that yellow that I was talking about. Gives you the little IB tab. time frame continuity to the downside. So we're going to look for puts, which are more probable at 92.94. First target's marked, or calls are still possible at 96.03 on Nike. RBLX, 2 up red, and here's that shooter candle I was talking about with great time frame continuity to the downside. So we can look for puts at 38.70 on Roblox. XLU, here's another inside bar. We're going to look for puts at 65.69. Time frame continuity would be full down all the way to the downside if it trends that way, and we've got good magnitude down to 64.77, or calls are still probable at 66.68, and first targets marked out for you guys. And Alibaba, and let me say, guys, if you like this stuff, if it's helping you out, if you're interested in more of it, make sure you're subscribed down below. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're commenting down below about your profits that you've taken on other trades that I've given out, or anything else that you guys have questions with. And the other thing I want to say, I have top 5s in all of these lists, but they're within the Griswold Gold membership. So I give those top 5 plays out, the best 5 plays that I think are going to apply to the market in the following day, and I give those out to the Griswold Gold members as part of a treat for the payment that they pay to be in that group. So Baba is the last one here. Like I said, 2 down green. We're going to look for calls at 68.92. And again, guys, at the end of this video, make sure in the top right-hand corner, if any of these plays gap, and what I mean by a gap is, listen, if we have, let's see where this box is here. Let's say in the morning we open up right like this, okay? Let's say we open here and we start trending up. Okay, so that's a gap. We opened above our trigger line. So at the end of this video, there's a playlist on how to play these setups when we have a gap. Okay, and there's a specific way to play them. You can play them off the 15-minute or the 30-minute chart, but you need to go watch those videos to make sure you understand how to play them. And then at the bottom right, I will give you that playlist for the learning tools to learn this stuff even more than what I'm showing here. So good luck trading, guys. I wish you nothing but the best. Get in on that Discord. Get your free 30-day trial to TradingView. Good luck, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.